Hello kiddos, it's your old pal Toy Maker here, and welcome to my very first review. Today I will be reviewing the Ibuypower Bb930, or as I like to call it, the Birding Godzilla. Now some people may view this as an entry-level PC, or rather a ripoff to hardcore gamers, but I like to consider this a gateway, an entryway, and otherwise a rite of passage into PC gaming and the wonderful world of Steam. Now, this lovely beauty may be a pricey rig at $1,000 at least, but nonetheless, you'll experience all the wonderful joys you'll have with it. And no, I am not sponsored by Ibuypower, though I pretty much wish I was at this point. For this wonderful thing has Oculus Rift ready. You can play VR games and experience some very three-dimensional gameplays and otherwise. Basically, you could be like Markiplier and play some of those VR games. But otherwise, it also has a Windows 10 operating system, not Windows 10 Pro, Windows 10 Home. But nonetheless, what more would you need? And it also comes with a 7th generation Intel Core i7-7700 processor. I'm not sure which kind it is, but nonetheless, it is actually performing very, very well. It may not be an i9, but I could care less because it still performs its wonderful task. And it's not like I'm using this for, let's say, 4 different screens or massive amounts of editing. Mainly, I do my editing on my tablet, but if I need to, I will find some editing software to do proper editing. But I digress. It runs on 16 gigabyte system memory for intense multitasking and gaming, which means 16 gigabytes or DDR4 RAM. And my, these things run smoothly. Though, it could always use a little boost every now and then. A little more RAM would never hurt. Now, I digress again. It runs on a 1 terabyte hard drive and 120 gigabyte solid state drive. That's a lot of memory for a good speed too. And I have no problems with memory whatsoever. Next up, we have the Nvidia Geforce GTX 1060 graphics card, driven by 3 GB dedicated video memory to quickly render high-quality images for videos and games. Now, this is actually pretty good, pretty fast. It's not a 1080 or a Titan X graphics card, but 1060 is just good for anyone starting out. As a matter of fact, it's perfect for anyone starting out. Anything lower or higher anything higher would be overkill, and anything lower, well, good luck working with the potato. Unless if you know how to use it and render it properly. But otherwise, this 1060 actually works very well. However, the strange thing is, I see some other reviews of the Bb930 and other PCs, or actually yes, the Bb930, and for some reason I see others having an MSI 1060 graphics card. But I have what appears to be an Asus Phoenix Fan Edition 1060 graphics card. And no, this graphics card sadly does not support SLI, but then again, what would you need it for? It actually runs very smoothly and actually runs games like, so far I've only played Fractured Space and PUBG, or otherwise known as PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. And so far, this graphics card actually performs very well for those games. They're not high intense games, but nonetheless, they perform the task very well. Up next, we will talk about the motherboard, which I believe to be the Asus H270 Plus. Now, though it says it's Crossfire X ready, I have not been able to test it because, once again, my graphics card does not support SLI. However, once again, there wouldn't be much need to use dual GPUs or graphics cards, because a 1060 graphics card performs well enough on its own with exceptional quality. Finally, I will talk about its internet connection and Ibuypower support. Now, it is connected by a certain USB LAN switch or whatever you call it. I'm not sure what it is, but it's as easy as connecting to your Wi-Fi with your phone or tablet or other electronic device. And finally, we talk about the Ibuypower Support. And let me tell you, they've actually done their job very well. I had a couple of issues that I needed help with because lack of experience on PCs actually, well, wasn't a good thing on my part. But nonetheless, they were very helpful and otherwise very supportive. Not to mention, they're fellow gamers and PC users. Of course they would understand you, but not to mention the fact that they built the PC themselves, so of course they can help you and support you in any way. Now, without further ado, I believe that's everything about clarified. And as I've mentioned before, I do plan on keeping this PC the way it is for now, but I do plan on updating it. Updating it by new parts, new hardware, maybe better software in the near future. But I do plan on keeping the case, and rather, I am very happy with my purchase. Very happy with what I have. Some people may say it could be better, but I'm satisfied the way it is now. And I may add to it in the near future. Once again, I'm sorry to repeat myself, but that's exactly what I do plan on doing, as with everyone else. Now, if you like this review, please leave a like, then subscribe to my channel. Comment if I missed anything, because I'm not perfect. This is my very first review, and I do apologize if I did not satisfy your questions, your needs, but otherwise, I'm very much happy to say that this will actually be a purchase worth mentioning, worth reviewing, and worth, well, requesting or referring to a friend. I do hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope to do a better job next time if you did not like it. But until then, later.
And I stay true to the beat, yeah. Rapping like I came from the streets, nah. Rapping like I want something, yeah. Rapping all about my beliefs, yeah. Rapping like you can't stop me, nah. Everybody knows what I need, yeah. Hurts every time that I see, yeah. Need a couple